So I am here to do a tag today, which is really, really cool. I love doing tags because they just, you get to know more about me. And this particular tag is by Dan Oz 430254. He's an awesome book blogger. And I favorited this tag, and I am finally getting around to doing it. And this is a book tag related to like routines and stuff like that. So the first question is, when do you read? And I'm going to rephrase this and say, when do I not read? Basically, I read all the time. Like, there's hardly ever a time when anybody will not see me with the book. Like, it's quite insane how often I read. I don't really do anything much other than read. It's kind of sad. Where do you read? Okay. Now, this is a story. We have a couch, and there's an end table, and then where a couch starts, I had to sit in the same spot. And I always sit like this when I read. I have to like read like this, and always put my feet up on the coffee table. I don't know why, and I can't read in any other spot on the couch except that one spot. And it's like somebody takes it. They're like, "Why don't you just sit down?" I'm like, "You don't understand. You just don't understand. I need to sit like right there." Yeah, it's my family has come to know that that's like my spot, but some other people, like my grandparents, are like, okay. Anyway, how many books do you read at a time? Well, I am completely insane. Right now, I have about like 5 books going on because they're all different, and they're all really good for different reasons. So I just like reading them. I'm completely insane when it comes to things like this, and just in general. Question number 5 is, do you take breaks in between reading? Yes, I most likely do, especially if it's not a particular book that I'm like, crazy about, Yeah, and I'm just the type of person that needs to get up, like, move around and then go back to do what I was doing. It's just kind of a habit of mine. So, yeah, that I'm trying to keep it as brief as possible. Do you skim through books? Now, this is going to be kind of a longer story. I kind of skim through books that are not particularly interesting, or the author doesn't use the best word choices or the most descriptive word choices. Sometimes it happens a lot with books that I don't particularly want to read, but I'm forcing myself to read. I can pretty much tell right off the bat when like a paragraph is going to be incredibly like dull. And when it is, I usually just skim it, and I usually don't miss anything from skipping a paragraph. It's yeah. Anyway. And the last question is, how long does it take you to read a book? Well, it depends on a lot of factors. Obviously, the length is a lot of it, but also how interesting the book is and how the author has written the book. There's a lot of times where I've read a book that is so good, it's 300 pages, but it doesn't seem like it's 300 pages. It seems like it's only like 100 pages because it's so good. The author uses really descriptive words, the characters are really well developed, and all that stuff. But then there's been other books where the story isn't really good, and I don't know why I'm reading these. These are all voluntary reads, but like the characters aren't very good, well developed, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's just not an enjoyable read, and that will usually take me a long time to read. It all depends on what book it is. So yeah, I will put the questions and the link to the video I got this tag from in the description below. I would love to hear the responses that you guys have, and I will talk to you later. Bye.